Hey guys, once again you're welcome back to the channel. So in today's tutorial we're going to be learning how to add a bra cup to a bustier. So stay tuned. Now these are my patterns already. I've gone ahead to cut it. So this is how it looks like. So after you're done drafting, you go ahead to join these parts together, right side facing the right side. So these are the parts I'm going to be joining. Here the center, front and the two sides. So we'll go ahead and take this sewing machine and join this together. So once we are done joining together, remember to go ahead and reduce the size of your cup as well. So you know this cup always come a bit bigger, so this is size 40 and I'm working with a bust of 36. So I went ahead to tighten it with half an inch. So this tutorial is already on the channel if you don't know how to tighten this cup. So I also went ahead to stitch this down. So this actually depends on the nipple to nipple you are working with if you are going to be stitching this down. So now what I'm going to be doing is I already marked my under bust line on the fabric already. So I'm going to be placing my cup now directly on that under bust. Now of course before I do this I have to also mark the center of the lower part of the cup. Remember I already created a dash for the upper part which will serve as the center. So yeah, I have to go ahead and mark the center for the lower part as well. I'm really sorry this part was a bit out of view. So once I'm done with that now, I'll be inserting it directly on my under bust line. So you can see I already went ahead to notch it and this is what it looks like. Now remain for it to sit properly there. So go ahead and measure where your under bust is staying so that the cup can fit perfectly into the bust. So from this part now, I'm going to be making sure it sits on the under bust. Then I'll use a pin to hold it down to my allowance. Now you can see I joined this with half-inch allowance, so I'm going to be attaching this cup on the half-inch allowance and not on the main fabric itself, like not on the main joining. I'm going to be attaching it on the allowance I have inside. That is why the essence of opening this up. Now go ahead now to take my pin and make sure it is aligning. So make sure that top touches the center just like you can see me doing, and then the lower part touches the center as well. So remember again that you're going to be pinning this to the allowance, so the half-inch allowance you already have on that part. So now go ahead and get my pin now and we'll start working on that. So guys, this is it. Now carefully place it on your underbust on that notch part. Make sure it tallies with the center line you have and then pin this to your allowance. So you can repeat this for the two sides, for the upper part and then for the other side as well. So make sure it is sitting perfectly like this, then you pin this down. So this might take a little bit of your time, but it's actually, trust me, it will come out nice after this. So with this you don't even need to add a wording to it, but make sure you have added a stay or a clothes or a stay, either your paper stay or your hair stay to your fabric before doing this, so that it will come out a bit firm. So go ahead and pin this down just like you can see me doing. So you just keep carefully repeating the process. So the actual reason why we're pinning this down is so that it is easier for us to work with on the sewing machine. Now then it will not be moving here and there. So this is what it looks like. The first cup looks like once when I'm done pinning it. So you can see it looks good already. Now the cloth is no longer going back in. You can see it's standing firm just because of the cup. And I think this is actually why it is good to also tighten your cup. So now we'll move to the other parts of the cup now. So we'll go ahead and pin it to our allowance as well. So for this center where I join together, the nipple to nipple I'm working with will not allow me to join this, so I'll go ahead and separate it. So this is what it looks like. Now joining it together will actually make the center of this fold, because the nipple to nipple is about 8 inches and it's far away from each other. So this is what I had after I was done stitching. You can see I stitched only on that allowance. So this is what it looks like. Now turning to the other side, it will not show. Then when you are stitching this, make sure it is as tight as possible. So guys, this is what I had after I was done with it. Trust me, it looks so good on any clothes. So this is the outer look of it. You can see how clean and firm it looks like. So you can just go ahead and iron this out now, and then you can continue working with your bustier. So this works for blouses, for bustier, even for princess cuts. This works perfectly for it. Thank you for watching, guys.